Hi everyone, it's Mary Blocker from Mary's Stampin' Cafe, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm so glad you are. It is one of my stunning Sundays, and I am going to be doing a one-sheet wonder with a 6x6 piece of paper featuring the beautiful Painted Christmas Suite in the July to December 2021 mini catalog. This is a mega suite of products. The Painted Christmas Suite is so beautiful. It has 2 bundles in this suite of products that are coordinated with the beautiful Painted Christmas DSP, these fantastic, gold holly leaves, cherry cobbler metallic ribbon. It is just stunning. Now, what's even more special about this is that these 2 bundles are part of Stampin' Up! Celebration, free bundle for you to add to your starter kit when you join Stampin' Up! I tell you, I love being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I get to do what I want, when I want, and I get all of my products at a 25% discount. Now, usually you'll get a 20% discount when you first start, but it bounces up to 25% depending upon what you spend or what your sales are. But I know a lot of my demonstrator friends, they do it for the discount, and that's just fine. There's no laws or rules that say you have to have card classes and all that, but guess what? You're going to want to because it's so much fun bringing your friends together. But anyway, both of these bundles, and they are biggies. They are a $60 bundle and a $54 bundle that you can add free on top of your other $125 and just pay $99. And that's good through September. So this happens to be part of that promotion, which is very exciting. So we're going to be using these products today for our one-sheet wonder. So I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to share with you this template. Now, don't worry, I'll have all of this information. I'll link my blog down below that has all this for you, and so no worries. Kelly Kent shared this template and ideas a while back, and it is great with a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. I just went ahead and grabbed this piece of the Painted Christmas. Now, this is a 12x12 pack, but I do cut my papers a lot of the times down to 6x6 because I just find that easier to use them because mostly I am a card maker and paper crafter that way. So what I love about this is I just did for my Facebook Live on Wednesday, I used the gingerbread and peppermint designer series paper and products, which also is part of the free bundle promotion. And here are some cards that I made using that one-sheet wonder. There's that one, this one, so cute, the peppermints, this one, and this one. What is also great about this is how they were laid out, and this is how I did it. But what you can do with your parts and pieces when you do yours is you can even cut them more. You can do more things. You could take this 3x3 and cut it on the diagonal and do something that way. So the ideas really are limitless. And with the Stampin' Up! Wonderful products, you're going to have some stunning cards. So let's go ahead and set this aside. And I'm going to bring in my trimmer because we need to go ahead and trim our paper. Now, the first thing we're going to do is put our designer paper to the 6, and we are going to have a 1.5 inch strip. So I'll go to 4.5. 6 to 4.5 is 1.5 inches. And I'm going to slice that and I'm going to set it aside. The next thing I'm going to do is go to 3 inches and cut that. And I end up with another 1.5 inch strip, and I'm going to move that to the left side. I'm going to turn my paper here and cut, and now I have 2 3-inch squares. What I'm going to do is take this one and set it aside, and now I'm going to do 1-inch cuts. So 3 to 2 and 2 to 1. And then I will have 3 1-inch strips by 3. Really simple and easy. I love doing the 6x6 one-sheet wonders because the 12x12s, I get really overwhelmed, and then I kind of get lost in where I am. So I'm going to take my original strip that was 1.5 by 6, and now I'm going to come and I'm going to do 1.5 inch cuts. So 4.5 is that first, 4.5, 3.5 to 3, and 3 to 2, and 1.5. And now I have my 4 1.5 by 1.5 squares. There's one other thing I'll need to do, and you decide this for yourself. This is the other 1.5 inch strip, and this is going to be a vertical strip on your card that you're designing. And so you want it to be the same length as either the base of your card or the layer of your card. And so my card is going to be a layered card, so I need to cut this at 5 1/4 because I'm going to have a 1/4 layer, a 5 1/4 layer on my card. And so I end up with this little piece. That's what's left of my 6x6 designer series paper sheet. Now, I probably could figure out something to do with that as well. All right, and so you see when I put things down, I've got all of my parts and pieces here, my 3 like that, I've got my 4 there, and we are gonna ready to go and make some stunning cards. I've also paired with this the colors that coordinate and come with the designer series paper. So we are using real red and evening evergreen, garden green, beautiful colors. I'm also going to use very vanilla for this set of projects. I just think it goes good with the richness that's in here with the soft sea foam that I see. It's much more on those ends of kind of vanilla. All right, so I have already cut my papers for my 4 projects, as you can see here. I've even done a little bit of embossing to give a little bit more interest to the things. Now, what you'll also see with this tutorial is that there is also instructions for each of the cards and what your layer with the designer series paper should be cut at. And so that's included there. That's all I did for cards A, B, C, and D to know what do I need to layer around my designer series paper. And so that's also part of the template and tutorial. All right, so which one do I have here first? We're just gonna grab what I have. So I have a piece of that beautiful evening evergreen at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of garden green that I used the beautiful new Timber 3D design embossing folder at 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to be my layer here. Those colors go so beautifully together. And then I have a 3.5 by 3.5 inch square. Very fun. Now that for me knows that I'm going to be using my little 4 squares that are 1.5 by 1.5. And they are going to be glued down like so. Now what's really fun that you could do is you could line up when you cut your designer series paper, you could put them back in order. But I really don't mind about that. Now you could also have a thinner window around here. Instead of doing 3.5, you could go 3 1/4 and probably just have a thin line around here. Now I think I would like to go with a little bit of some ribbon, or which side shall I use? Okay, I'm going to use the side that's not as embossed. Well, it's not as deep. Okay, so we have some beautiful, beautiful coordinating colors here. We have this beautiful organdy type ribbon sheer, and then we have the beautiful ruffled ribbon. So I think I'm going to use the ruffled ribbon and simply put a little kind of band around here, and we'll see where that takes us. I decided just to do crafting in this video, not having all that much figured out, besides, of course, the cutting of the designer series paper and a little bit of some other prep. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I'm going to use a little liquid glue. I should have put a little bit more adhesive to hold down my little rumply paper here. It's like filling a pastry shell or something. But just use a little liquid glue. I should have done a frame around with my Stampin' Seal, right? Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and adhere this down to the base of the card. I'm so excited. The season's slowly changing. Fall is coming, and if you haven't, please make sure you come every Friday for the next 12 Fridays. I'm doing 12 Fridays of fall projects. So exciting. Now, when I put these pieces on, I want to tell you a little trick that I do. I'm going to go ahead and adhere all 4 with some of my Stampin' Seal. Don't need a lot. Stampin' Seal is very strong. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and place my first one here. Then I'm going to go to the opposite corner. And as long as I set these first 2 and I have my corners close, I'm able to now put these in easily. Just lining up where they would go. Have this one go this way, I think. And there we are. I have my 4 window pane there. Now I like that. That's looking okay. Now we need our sentiment. So let's go ahead and take a look at the beautiful Christmas to Remember. Oh, these are so nice. May this Christmas to remember and cherish. I like this a lot. It'll be quite big here though. Have a holly jolly Christmas. I'll try this one. May this Christmas be one. And let's take a look at our seasonal dies. It would be this one here. But let's see, you know, I really don't want to go much bigger on those because I don't want to cover the paper too much. That would defeat the purpose. But you know, I think that will be okay. I think it'll be fine. So let's set that aside. Got my beautiful die. Let's get a block. Made this Christmas. Let's bring up our vanilla here. I have some scrap vanilla. And let's ink up with, I think I'm going to do real red. I'm going to keep that red going. May this Christmas be one to cherish and remember. That's so nice. If you haven't, guys, be sure that you subscribe. Hit the bell too so you don't miss any of my videos, especially my 12 Fridays of Fall. If I go this way with the label, it feels like it should be going this way. Yeah, we'll go that way with it. Let me bring up the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. Put my paper on. Ooh, paper fits just perfectly. Now, here's what I want to tell you. I'm not sure how well we can do this, but I want to tilt my die just a little bit because I don't want any long line speed bumps going through on the machine. It's where the roller has to jump over that big long line of a die and can oftentimes give you a chunky sound because as it's bumping over that die. There we go. That looks great. So let's take that, set this aside. Now another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up with dimensional, but I'm going to bring in my garden green Stampin' Right marker, and I'm going to do a little bit of edging around to kind of give that illusion of having some cardstock behind. And all I'm doing is dragging the brush of the side of the brush. Now I can make it thicker by bringing that tip of the brush almost laying down or having it more perpendicular. I will get a thin line, but I would like a little bit of a thicker line, so I'm kind of laying that end of that brush down, going around the edge like this. And this is great. It can help keep your card not so thick and bumpy by having a whole nother layer of cardstock, but you can still give that illusion, and it kind of then stands that sentiment out a little bit more. Isn't that great? I think that's beautiful. Now I'm going to bring in some dimensionals for this first card. I love the texture from the designer paper, the ruffled ribbon, and the rich colors we have going on. All right, just going to put this here. I think I'd also like to do a little knot. So I'm going to just bring this up through here. Now, one of the things I'm going to do, I'll show you here, is to get a nice thing. I'm going to hold these ends and kind of twist it around so that I get kind of a nice little knot going right there. Very nice. I like them being a little shorter, but that's fun. But we're not done yet. Let's take a look at some of our beautiful elements here. Oh, these are the very nice matte decorative dots, and I think they're so fun. And I really like that there's ombre, so to speak. Some of the dots are lighter and some are darker. I just think that's great. I'm going to put one here. And I am going to put one right here. And then one right over here. Kind of keeping that focal point of our eyes to the sentiment. Love it. And now we simply have the inside of our card to do. So let's set that there. This is just beautiful. So let's take a look at our other set, our Christmas season. And I really like this frond right here. So I think we're going to do that. Grab this block. And I have my garden green here. Let's ink that up. And we'll stamp that. Beautiful. And then the other thing that we do have, and I'm not sure if I want to use that. I might just do that. That's really pretty. These pine cones are going to be great, but we'll use those on another project. I think that's great. I'm going to leave it there. There's our little speckles. I might add some little speckles here in a minute. A couple little strips of our Stampin' Seal because it's a wonderful strong adhesive. Put that in here. I think I will. So there is a small little splattering here, little dots, and I would like to use that. And I'm going to use the real red, but I do need to bring in a mat here, you guys, because I'm going to do some stamping off. All right, our real red. Just give it a little bit more interest inside. I'm going to stamp off once, twice. Up, stamping off once will be fine. I'm going to come and bring some little ones here, some little ones up here, little ones right down here. There we are, just to give it a little bit more festivity of color. And there we have it, card number 1 of our One Sheet Wonder. Now, let's see, which one are we going to do next? That's so cute. I'm going to set that one just right over here. I'm going to clean up my ribbons a little bit, getting a little messy. I'm going to put this label right back in where it goes. There we are. Okay, let's take a look. What's going to be next? I think I'm going to go with card A, which is the one with the long strip. That's this one right here. All right, so this one also has an embossed timber folder here. And we're simply going to adhere the timber embossing. And this time I'm going to go on all four because it seems to be a little rumpled after being embossed. There we are. There, that Stampin' Seal really does well. Now this is going to adhere right down like so, and this is the strip that goes with it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now this one will be the same height as the layer because it's the length of my mat there. And now that's just going to go there. This is a little reminiscent of the card I showed you at the beginning from my friend Becky. I did show you that card, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. This is a card from Becky O'Donnell, and it was one that inspired me kind of to get my one sheet wonder going. I may not have showed this to you. Oh, but this was kind of my inspiration for today. Oh. All right, and then see how easy, just you have your parts and pieces, and there we are. And so now we are ready for a sentiment. We are ready for some embellishments, and I'm going to go a little reminiscent of what Becky did there. I'm going to use this right here, and I very well may do the pine cones there. We'll see. All right, well, let's bring some more vanilla scrap here, and we are going to use the, I think I'm just going to use the Season's Greetings. Grab my long block here. Our Season's Greeting. That will be perfect for that. And this time I think I'm going to again use the real red. Why not? So again, it is so easy to use the colors that are on the designer series paper because Stampin' Up! Does a great job in the catalog showing you the colors that coordinate with the designer series paper. And that's all you need. Pull out that paper. What cardstocks do you use? Well, just take a look at what's on the designer series paper in terms of color, and you are able to just pull those colors out and you will coordinate and everything will look just rich and stunning. It's just amazing if you have the colors that coordinate together, as Stampin' Up! Does so perfectly with their stamps, inks, papers, and embellishments. They're just perfect in the coloring. Your projects just look so much richer. They're just beautiful. Oh, so there's that beautiful Season's Greetings. I love it. I'm going to keep this out because I think I am going to stamp pine cones. Love it. Put that down there. Let's take a look at the pine cones that we have. I'm going to do the little guys here. I think the little guys have dies. I don't know. But I don't necessarily need a big one, you know? You know, but the holly berries would be really cute too. You know what? I'm going to do the holly berries and the berries. That's what we're going to do. Just did a quick change of heart. I just think those are fun. I love it. All right, so let's get our block. There's our holly. And then our berries, and we can do those right on the same paper, I believe. So let's get our Garden Green. Stamp that, lovely. And then our berries. Now, I believe I have the insides for the holly. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It is a two-step stamping, so I will also need my Evening Evergreen because This is awfully dark though. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to do it deep and dark. This goes right on top of your holly, and you can see those details. Now you could go the other way. You could stamp your holly in the evening evergreen and then do the second on top with the garden green, but I don't know that that would show. But, oh, and you know what? I just, did you guys see how I colored my berries? I just noticed that. That is so funny. I stamped my berries green. Did anybody else notice that? I did. We don't want that. We don't want that. They need to be real red. My goodness. All right. There we go. Aren't those berries cute? I love the shading of them. All right. Now I've got stamps all over the place, but that's okay. As long as they're there and not lost. We don't want them lost. Okay. Now, one sheet wonders can go very, very quickly. Gotta pull out here. Ugh. They can go very quickly, but you know what? We're making some stunning projects today. So here is the second layer of the dies, as you can see. Beautiful, beautiful seasonal labels there that you see. And then also the things to die cut out. So here is our holly leaves, which you can just line those up so easily, just like that. And then our fun berries. Now you will find that when you do your berries, they actually cut out the berries a little bit differently. They're not a group of 4. Whoop. There we go. You'll see it's really cool what happens. I just love how all the work is here done for you. Well, my holly leaves got a little bit too much of that vanilla around there, but that's okay. Not an issue. If that ever happens with you, where it slides a little bit and you get this little X anything, don't let that bother you and say, oh, it's ruined. Just bring your scissor in, do a slight little bit of some trimming, and it will be just fine. There we go. Just take a little bit of that excess vanilla off. No die cutting is bad. Don't ever throw anything away. Just do a little trim. Just a really pretty accent on the card. Now, you would have seen here that this little guy would have actually been separated, and he would have been on his own. But just because my die was a little off. Now, I could just pop on again and redo them, but I don't need to. I think they're just fine. There we are. Okay, so let's set those aside. Got to get this one done. We still have 2 more cards to do. All right, so this little guy, I'm going to leave him nice and crisp. I'm not going to do any edging on him, on this one. Go ahead and put 3 dimensionals along. Pop our tops off. This is going to come down here with our season's greetings, right like so. I'm going to have our holly. The holly and our berries. cute, cute, cute. Okay. So a little liquid glue is your friend here. I always use my liquid glue if I'm adhering things to embossed cardstocks. It just holds better. It can get in all those nooks and crannies and just helps you there. So there's that. Then these little guys get a little. Now we'll see how this goes. I'm going to put the berries here, and then this little one's going to be on the top. Like so. There we go. Very cute. I love it. So let's take a look at the inside of the card. Let's see, we have Season's Greetings. Friends like you make this season special. That will be a good one. Friends like you make this season special. That's very nice. And we're continuing with that real red theme. Little on the crooky side. There we go. Now I would like something green on here as well. So let's bring our garden green. And we're going to bring our little frond in again. Our frond friend. All right. And this time I'm going to bring this right over to the side like so. And our little cute berries again. Well, not necessarily berries, but the little little circles. And I didn't stamp off this time. I'd like to keep it fun and bright. There we are. Now, I hope you're getting excited for these products. They are so, so beautiful. And even thinking about earning those, just getting those free, the bundles free. Oh my gosh. And maybe the product for your starter kit is the different sweet products that are in the suite. That is really pretty. But you know what? We need a little shimmery. So I'm going to bring some Wink Estella in, and I'm going to put it on the berries. And I'm going to add it here. And then I'm going to bring it onto the Designer Series paper. Do a little bit of that Wink Estella. A little shiny, shiny, shiny. Just gives it a little more pizzazz. And there we go. There's our card number 2 from our 6x6 One Sheet Wonder. There's 2. Now we're going to have our next couple go quickly, just to show you how easy these are. And as soon as I find the base of my cards again, let's see what we've got. Okay, this one right here. All right, so now with this one, we have our pieces just like we've had for the other ones. Our Evening Evergreen base, I haven't changed that, but now I don't have anything on my Garden Green piece. So I'm going to bring my stamping mat back in, and we're going to stamp some pine cones as a background on this card. And I'm going to use the large pine cone. And remember, this is a 2-step, 3-step stamp set, so we would be using other parts to layer on this, but I'm not going to do that at the moment because I'm just trying to make some texture on the background. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up, and I'm just going to do some of this on the background. of the card. And then I'm going to pull in my little dots that I did. Get this red off. And I'm going to bring the dots in and add and fill in a background as well. I love making my own background. And you can. It's just a matter of finding which little parts and pieces you want to put in there. There we are. That's the background for our card today. Love it. Now, this is our piece right here. And then we're going to be using our 3 strips for this one. Do I want to use? No, I'm going to use my square. My 3x3 square. There we go. That's going to go just like so. So what I want to do is I do want to have some ribbon across there. So I am going to bring now this is a cherry cobbler one, so I'm going to bring in my other sheer ribbon. I love this sheer ribbon. What I like about this ribbon, it doesn't put a lot of bulk onto your card. There's not a lot of bulk. And so that's really great for when you're mailing your cards. When you have a lot of bulk, you know, you want to protect those things. All right, and now that's going to be adhered down. Right down like so. And then this is going to be put down just like that. Up. Come on, a little tape. It says no. It's really saying no, I don't want to. There you are. Goodness. Was doing a little revolt on me for a minute. Okay. So then that's going to adhere down like so. Ooh, that looks a little crooked. You can usually pull things up. That's good. Now, you probably can see and kind of guess where our sentiment is going to go. Isn't that great, the texture of stamping that piece of pine cone on the background did for that? Now this one is just going to use a simple Merry Christmas across the base, I think. Or, ooh, I like the 'Tis the Season. I'm going to use the Merry Christmas. I haven't used all the stamps in this yet, which is exciting, getting it out and using it, right? All right. Now I'm going to bring in the Evening Evergreen and stamp this. But what I'd like to do first, since it's the first time I'm stamping it, I am going to bring in my mat just to make sure it is straight and that I'm stamping it the right side up. That looks beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to bring that right in. And there's our Merry Christmas. That looks wonderful. Oh, it looks great. Okay, gonna make a bow and attach that. Oh, you know, I got my nails done and they are very short actually. I'm not used to with my having short nails. So for me to kind of grab that ribbon sometimes a little difficult. Oh, again, give me a thumbs up, guys. Subscribe if you haven't. So we're going to put that right in here. Grab my glue dots. right here. Oh, no, didn't get it. Got it that time. Gonna put that right there. Get it looking a little prettier. Gonna cut this a little shorter. There we go. There we are. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. And so now on the inside with this here, we're gonna go ahead and do our pine cone again. But this time, you know what? I think I want to do the layer of the pine cone. So I'm going to do that base of the pine cone, which is the larger, with our crumb cake. Put that there. So there's that pine cone. Now I'm going to get the smaller pine cone. And I need to, let's get that green off of there. And now I'm going to come on top with the soft suede. And there you can see that rich looking pine cone. That's beautiful. Now I did Merry Christmas. And so then I'm going to do the Love and Joy Come to You stamp. Get that paper off of there. And a block. Boy, I don't know. Do you guys make as much mess as I do when I'm stamping? We'll have to see how that stamps. And I'm going to bring that real red back in. I'm going to bring my mat in just to see how I am. I don't have my label on it. Oh, that looks great. So bring this here, have it line it up straight. Line this straight and stamp. Love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. That is a marvelous sentiment. I love that. Let's finish this card. Whoop. There we are. Now you can jazz this up by adding some of those matte gems. You could also use the, I love these, the 2021-23 in color jewels. We have some evening evergreen right here, would be terrific to use. And the mess I've made, you know, my take your pick tool could be around, maybe not. You can see I've been using these. I love them. So I'm going to pop one right down here. I'm going to do another large one kind of over here to bring your eye to that ribbon. And then I'll do a little one. And that little one is going to kind of come right here or up in here somewhere. Yeah, it's going to come right up in there. Lovely. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. This one, my favorite, I think, so far. I just love the texture of the background stamp added with the paper. I love a lot of different textures. That is so nice. And our cone. Okay, you guys, we have 3 of our 4. So let's do it. We've got 1 left. Oh, I'm so excited. So what is our 1 left going to be? It is the one that has 3 strips. And again, I have my colors here, my garden green and real red and evening evergreen. Now this one you can have fun with. You can think of some other ways to do and use I am going to do a background on this again. Actually, I'm going to let this one just be plain. We're going to give another variation by just letting that color shine. There we go. Now these strips are going to go right along like so. Like that. I'm going to glue this down as well. But I need to make sure I've got it going the right. Yep, that's it. If you have it going this way, your stripes are going to go long this way. And that's okay. You can have it going either way. Now what I like to do on this is sometimes I would say, oh, put the center one down first. Not a good plan. So I'm going to put the one here at the base, give it that little edging around. Then I'm going to come and put the one at the top. Let it have that edging around and match it with the one at the bottom. Then you put your center one in. The reason for that is that it's going to have an even gap between the two. If you put your middle one in first, you might not put it in the center. And then it's going to be difficult. Okay? So there's that. I'm going to use the Merry Christmas that I have right here with the Evening Evergreen again. It already has that color on it. Merry Christmas. Isn't that great? I love it. And now we can go ahead and add, why don't we do, you know, I really enjoyed that pine cone. So why don't we do that pine cone? Don't have my cleaning pad right now, so it's got a little bit of mess here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's stamp the pine cone. This is the base of it. So we need our crumb cake. And I need my scrap vanilla again. Vanilla, vanilla, where are you? Did I use up all my scrap vanilla already? No. Nope. I've got it right here. There it is. So there's our crumb cake. This is fun. I like this one. And then we're going to use the soft suede. Now I wonder if I stamp off on the soft suede, you'll still see it. I'm going to try stamping off so it's just not so dark. There, I like that. All right, let's go ahead and die cut this out. So we have our pine cone. And it's our large pine cone with those dies. I love this die set. The labels, very nice. So let's put this, get this on here. I need to do something here. We need to rip that off. Then put this on here like so. There we go. There are so many new products that I'm still playing with, and this is really the first I'm playing with this, and I am loving everything about it. Look at that pine cone. I just love it. Love it. So I'm going to be putting my pine cone right here. Cute. And then I want to bring in my ruffle ribbon again, I think. And just do a ruffle ribbon knot. No, bow. I'm going to do a bow. I'm sitting here making a bow and calling it a knot. It's not a knot, Mary. Oh, I'm so glad if you are still with me watching. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Yes, 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 yes. That's so cute. Yep. And now my glue dot. So all of these products are available through December. It's actually, I think, January 2nd or something like that, which is great. Oh, that is nice. We could add some more. We could put another, maybe of a green holly leaves or something like that, but we have the inside of our card. So I am going to go ahead and use a sentiment that is the Friends sentiment. And I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen for that because that's what we used on the outside of the card. And let's see how we are in our... Looks pretty good. I'm going to turn it over and just lift it a little bit this way. Since I don't have my sticker on, it's hard to... Did I call it a sticker? Yeah, the label sheet sticker, sure. Friends like you make this season special. And I think I will just pop in the little pine cone again. There's a smaller pine cone I could pull out, but we've been going quite a while, so I'll just have this pine cone peeking out. So if I do that, I will need my Stampin' sheet. So my pine cone's just going to be peeking out right there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There it is. Oh, I love that. Just think about doing a whole border around with that. Oh my gosh, that would be beautiful, wouldn't it? I might finish that way. And then I'll post that new one. Oh yeah, that would be beautiful just to do that all around the edge of the card. Ooh, even for a card, a card front. My Stampin' Seal's getting all gunky on itself. It happens sometimes. I also find when I get to the end of my Stampin' Seal, it likes to give a little bit of trouble for me. Friends like you make this season special, little pine cone peeking out, and then we have that one too. Now, you know what I think would be fantastic here are some elegant faceted gems. I don't know about you, but I think these elegant faceted gems are just tremendous. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. And we are going to gem up. Just love. I just love these. Yeah, that just adds so much. It's just beautiful. I'm going to come down here and one more up over here. Sure. They're just beautiful. So there's that one. We'll bring this one back in where we use the flat matte decorative dots that are in the mini catalog. Our elegant faceted gems are in the annual catalog. And then we have the beautiful in color 2021 to 23 in color gems. And our beautiful Wink of Stella. So there they are, you guys. There's our 4 one-sheet wonder using the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper. If you enjoyed these, give me a thumbs up. Remember, I'll put in the links below the link to my blog that has all the information you need to do this for yourself again. And remember, you guys, that you can choose any 12 of the beautiful bundles, including the Christmas season and the Christmas to Remember, which we just used together in our projects today. The gingerbread and frosted gingerbread bundle is also part of that, of the cards I showed you at the beginning. And it is a fantastic thing to do. So if you need any more information, I have the link below about how to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I would love for you to be part of my cafe team. Give me a thumbs up and share if you liked these cards today. Let me know, you guys, which one did you like best? I just think these turned out fantastic. So until next time, guys, happy stampin'.